Hello everyone, welcome back to this video. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic. Focus only on you. This topic is not about becoming selfish. It is not about ignoring people. It is not about becoming cold or careless. It is about taking your life back. Because many people are not really living their own life. They are living for approval. They are living for attention. They are living for people's opinions. They are trying to look perfect. They are trying to be accepted. They are comparing themselves with others, and slowly, they forget who they really are. Maybe this has happened to you also. You want to do something, but you stop because you think, what will people say? You want to improve your life, but you compare yourself with someone who is already ahead. You want to speak, create, learn, grow, or change, but your mind becomes full of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of looking different, fear of not being accepted. But listen carefully. Your life will not become better by pleasing everyone. Your life will become better when you start respecting yourself. When you focus on your growth, your discipline, your habits, your peace, your purpose, your confidence, your health, your future. In today's video, we will talk about powerful lessons like the cost of wanting to be accepted, who is really judging you, how to meet your real self, how to stop comparing your life with others, how to move from ego to discipline, and why you deserve self-respect. Watch this video till the end, because one honest lesson can change the way you see yourself. And if you are learning English, this video will also help you improve. Listen carefully. Repeat useful sentences. Notice powerful words like acceptance, judgment, comparison, discipline, self-respect, growth, and confidence. Try to speak these lines with me. This is not only motivation. This is English practice with life lessons. And if you want more simple, powerful, and meaningful English videos, subscribe to this channel and keep learning with me. Part 1. The cost of wanting to be accepted. One of the biggest reasons people lose themselves is the desire to be accepted. Every human being wants acceptance. We want to feel included. We want to feel loved. We want to feel respected. We want to feel like we belong somewhere. This is natural. But the problem begins when acceptance becomes more important than truth. When you start changing yourself only to fit in. When you hide your real thoughts because you fear rejection. When you say yes even when your heart wants to say no. When you laugh at things you do not like. When you follow trends you do not believe in. When you act confident outside, but feel empty inside. This is the cost of wanting to be accepted. You may win people's approval, but you lose your real self. And losing yourself is a very expensive price. For example, imagine a student who loves art. She loves drawing. She loves colors. She feels alive when she creates something. But her friends say, art is useless. Choose something more popular. Do what everyone is doing. Slowly, she stops drawing. She starts following the crowd. From outside, she looks accepted. But inside, something is dying. Her creativity becomes quiet. Her happiness becomes weak. Her real identity becomes hidden. This is how many people live. They do not choose their life. They choose what will make people accept them. Another example. A boy wants to speak English on camera. He wants to make videos. He wants to share his learning journey. But he thinks, what if people laugh? What if my friends make fun of me? What if my pronunciation is wrong? What if people call me fake? So he never starts. His dream does not die because he has no talent. His dream dies because he wants acceptance more than growth. This is painful but true. Many dreams are not killed by failure. They are killed by fear of people. The desire to be accepted can make you live a small life. It can make you choose safe decisions. It can make you hide your talent. It can make you reject your own voice. It can make you become a copy of others. And the saddest part is this. Even after changing yourself for people, they may still judge you. Even after pleasing everyone, someone will still complain. Even after trying to be perfect, someone will still find a reason to criticize. So ask yourself, is it worth losing myself for people who may never be satisfied? This question is powerful, because once you understand this, you stop begging for acceptance. You start building self-respect. Self-respect means you can love people without losing yourself. You can listen to advice without becoming weak. You can accept feedback without destroying your identity. You can be kind without being controlled. You can belong somewhere without pretending to be someone else. Focusing only on you begins here. It begins when you stop asking, how can I make everyone like me? And start asking, how can I become someone I respect? Because people's acceptance is not always in your control, but your growth is in your control. Your discipline is in your control. Your honesty is in your control. Your attitude is in your control. Your daily actions are in your control. When you live only for acceptance, your mood depends on people. If they praise you, you feel happy. If they ignore you, you feel small. If they criticize you, you feel broken. If they reject you, you lose confidence. This is not freedom. This is emotional slavery. Real freedom begins when you know your value even without applause. You do not need to be accepted by everyone to live a meaningful life. You need to accept your own growth, your own journey, your own truth, your own path. Of course, this does not mean you should become arrogant. It does not mean you should never listen to anyone. Wise people listen, but they do not lose themselves. They learn from others, but they do not live as others. They take advice, but they make their own decisions. They respect people, but they also respect themselves. That is balance. So remember this lesson. Wanting acceptance is human, but needing acceptance from everyone is dangerous. Because when you need everyone to accept you, you give everyone power over your life. You start living carefully. You start speaking carefully. You start dreaming carefully. You start hiding parts of yourself. And a hidden life cannot become a powerful life. If you want to grow, you must be willing to be misunderstood sometimes. You must be willing to be different sometimes. You must be willing to disappoint people sometimes. You must be willing to choose your future over people's temporary opinions. Because the life you are trying to build belongs to you, not to your classmates, not to your neighbors, not to random people online, not to the people who only watch and judge. Your life belongs to you. So stop paying the high cost of fake acceptance. Do not trade your purpose for popularity. Do not trade your peace for approval. Do not trade your confidence for people's opinions. Focus only on you. Build yourself, improve yourself, respect yourself, and let the right people accept the real version of you, not the fake version you created just to be liked. Part 2. Who is really judging you? Now let us talk about a deep question. Who is really judging you? Many people do not start their journey because they are afraid of judgment. They want to speak English, but they are afraid. They want to post videos, but they are afraid. They want to go to the gym, but they are afraid. They want to change their style, start a business, learn a skill, or follow a dream, but they are afraid. And the reason is usually the same. People will judge me. But stop for a moment and think, who are these people? Are they helping you? Are they building your life? Are they paying for your dreams? Are they practicing for you? Are they living your future? Most of the time, no. Many people who judge you are not even focused on their own life. They are bored. They are insecure. They are frustrated. They are looking for someone to criticize because they are not improving themselves. A person who is truly busy building their own life does not have time to laugh at every beginner. A person who is growing understands struggle. A person who has failed and tried again respects effort. So when someone judges you for starting, ask yourself, are they above me, or are they just watching from the side? This question will give you clarity, because not every judgment deserves your attention. Some judgment is useful. For example, if a teacher corrects your English, that can help you improve. If a mentor gives honest feedback, that can guide you. If a good friend tells you the truth with care, that can protect you. This kind of judgment is not hate. It is feedback. But some judgment is useless. People laughing without understanding your journey. People criticizing without doing anything themselves. People making fun of your accent, clothes, dreams, or beginning. People trying to pull you down because your growth reminds them of their laziness. That kind of judgment should not control your life. You must learn the difference between feedback and noise. Feedback helps you grow. Noise only disturbs your mind. Feedback has value. Noise has attitude. Feedback gives direction. Noise gives fear. Feedback comes from people who want you to improve. Noise comes from people who want you to stop. Choose feedback. Ignore noise. Let us take an example. Imagine you start speaking English online. Your first video is not perfect. Your pronunciation is not perfect. Your grammar has mistakes. Your confidence is low. But you still post it. One person comments, "Your English is weak. Improve your pronunciation." This may hurt a little, but it can be useful if said properly. You can learn from it. You can practice pronunciation. You can improve. But another person comments, "Stop speaking English. You sound funny." This is not useful. This is noise. It gives no solution. It gives no guidance. It only tries to create shame. Do not give your future to people who only give shame. Another important truth is this. Most people are not thinking about you as much as you think. You think everyone is watching you. Everyone is judging you. Everyone is remembering your mistakes. But in reality, most people are busy with their own life, their own problems, their own insecurities, their own fears, their own stress. You are not the center of everyone's world. And this is actually good news. It means you are freer than you think. You can start, you can try, you can make mistakes, you can improve, you can grow. Because most people will forget your mistakes faster than you think. But you will remember your regret for a long time if you never start. That is the real danger, not judgment. Regret. Regret is heavier than criticism. Criticism lasts for a moment. Regret can stay for years. One day you may look back and say, "I wanted to start, but I was afraid. I wanted to speak, but I stayed silent. I wanted to create, but I worried about people. I wanted to grow, but I chose approval." That regret will hurt more than any judgment. So do not let imaginary judgment destroy your real future. Sometimes the person judging you the most is not other people. Sometimes it is you. You judge yourself before anyone else does. You say, I am not good enough. I will fail. My English is bad. My face is not good. My voice is not good. My ideas are not good. What will people think? You become your own enemy. You reject yourself before the world rejects you. That must stop. Speak to yourself differently. Instead of saying, I am not good enough, say, I am improving. Instead of saying, people will laugh, say, some people may laugh, but I will still grow. Instead of saying, I am afraid, say, I am afraid, but I can still start. Instead of saying, I am late, say, I can begin from where I am. This kind of self-talk changes your confidence because your mind believes what you repeat. If you repeat fear, you become smaller. If you repeat courage, you become stronger. So who is really judging you? Some people may judge you. That is true. But many times, your own fear is louder than their judgment. Your imagination creates a bigger enemy than reality. You think people will laugh forever. They will not. You think one mistake will destroy your life. It will not. You think you must be perfect before starting. You do not. You only need to begin. Focus only on you means this. Let people think. Let people talk. Let people misunderstand. Let people laugh if they want. But do not stop building your life. Do not stop improving your skill. Do not stop practicing English. Do not stop creating. Do not stop walking toward your future. Because the people who judge your beginning may one day clap for your progress. And even if they do not clap, it does not matter. Your growth is still yours. Your confidence is still yours. Your life is still yours. So ask yourself today, am I going to live my life for people's judgment? Or am I going to build the life I truly want? Choose yourself. Choose growth. Choose discipline. Choose courage. Focus only on you. Because the life you are afraid to start may be the life that finally makes you feel alive. Part 3. A necessary condition. To encounter the self. Many people live their whole life without truly meeting themselves. They know what others like. They know what is trending. They know what people expect from them. They know how to behave in front of society. But they do not know their own heart. They do not know their real desires. They do not know their real fears. They do not know their real values. They do not know what kind of life actually feels meaningful to them. This is why many people feel lost. They are not lost because life has no path. They are lost because they are walking on a path that was never theirs. To encounter the self means to come face to face with your real inner world. Your thoughts, your emotions, your wounds, your dreams, your habits, your weaknesses, your truth. But there is one necessary condition for this: silence. Not only outside silence, inner silence. Because if your life is always full of noise, you cannot hear yourself. If your phone is always in your hand, you cannot hear yourself. If you're always checking other people's lives, you cannot hear yourself. If you are always busy proving something, you cannot hear yourself. Your real self speaks quietly, but your ego speaks loudly. Your fear speaks loudly. Social media speaks loudly. People's opinions speak loudly. Comparison speaks loudly. That is why you need silence. Silence gives you space to ask honest questions. Am I happy with my life? Am I becoming the person I want to become? Am I doing this because I want it or because I want approval? What am I avoiding? What do I really need to change? What kind of future am I building with my daily habits? These questions can feel uncomfortable, but they are powerful because many people do not change because they do not ask honest questions. They only distract themselves. They feel empty, so they scroll. They feel lonely, so they chase attention. They feel insecure, so they compare. They feel confused, so they copy others. But distraction does not heal confusion. Distraction only hides it for some time. To meet yourself, you must stop escaping yourself. Let us take a simple example. Imagine a young man who always says, "I want to become successful." But when he sits alone and thinks honestly, he realizes something deeper. He does not really want success for meaning. He wants success because he wants to prove people wrong. He wants to show others that he is not a failure. He wants respect from people who once ignored him. Now, this honesty is important because if he does not understand this, his whole life may become a performance. He may earn money. He may get attention. He may look successful. But inside, he may still feel empty. Why? Because his life is controlled by old wounds, not true purpose. This is why self-encounter is necessary. You must understand the real reason behind your actions. Are you working hard because you love growth? Or because you feel worthless without achievement? Are you posting online because you want to create value? Or because you need constant validation? Are you choosing your career because it fits your nature? Or because you want society to call you successful? Are you helping people from love? Or because you want everyone to see you as good? These questions are not easy, but they make you honest. And honesty is the beginning of freedom. Many people say, "I want peace," but they do not want to sit with themselves. They do not want to face their jealousy. They do not want to face their laziness. They do not want to face their anger. They do not want to face their fear. They do not want to accept that some of their problems are created by their own habits. But if you want a better life, you must become honest. Not cruel to yourself. Honest with yourself. There is a difference. Being cruel means saying, "I am useless. I am a failure. I am not good enough." Being honest means saying, "I have weaknesses, but I can improve. I waste time, but I can build discipline. I feel jealous, but I can turn it into motivation. I am afraid, but I can still take action. I made mistakes, but I can learn." This kind of honesty builds power. Because when you see yourself clearly, you can change yourself clearly. You cannot improve what you refuse to see. If you do not accept that you waste time, you cannot fix your time. If you do not accept that you compare too much, you cannot protect your peace. If you do not accept that you need approval, you cannot become free. If you do not accept that your habits are weak, you cannot build a stronger life. So encountering the self means standing in front of your truth. No acting, no pretending, no escaping, no blaming everyone else. Just honest awareness. A very useful practice is this. Spend 10 minutes every night with yourself. No phone, no music, no scrolling. Just you and your thoughts. Ask yourself 3 questions. First, what did I do today that helped my growth? Second, what did I do today that wasted my energy? Third, what can I do better tomorrow? These 3 questions can slowly change your life because they bring your focus back to you, not to other people, not to social media, not to judgment, not to comparison, to you, your actions, your choices, your energy, your growth. This is how self-awareness begins. And self-awareness is powerful because it makes you responsible. When you are unaware, life controls you. When you are aware, you start controlling your direction. You stop saying, "People made me like this," and you start saying, "What can I change in myself?" You stop saying, "My life is stuck," and you start saying, "What habit is keeping me stuck?" You stop saying, "Nobody supports me," and you start saying, "How can I support myself first?" This is maturity. This is growth. This is the beginning of real self-focus. Because focusing only on you does not mean thinking you are better than everyone. It means becoming aware of your own life. It means asking, where is my energy going? Where is my time going? Where is my attention going? Where is my future going? Your attention is your life. Whatever you give attention to will slowly shape you. If you give attention to comparison, you become insecure. If you give attention to gossip, your mind becomes polluted. If you give attention to excuses, your life stays the same. But if you give attention to discipline, you become stronger. If you give attention to learning, you become wiser. If you give attention to health, you become better. If you give attention to your purpose, your life becomes clearer. So before you try to change your whole life, sit with yourself, meet yourself, understand yourself, listen to yourself, ask honest questions. Because the person you are avoiding may be the person you need to save. And that person is you. Part 4. Stop comparing your life with others. One of the fastest ways to destroy your peace is comparison. Comparison makes your own life feel small. Comparison makes your progress look slow. Comparison makes your blessings look ordinary. Comparison makes your journey feel useless. And the dangerous thing is this: comparison looks normal today. People open social media and compare everything: someone's face, someone's body, someone's money, someone's relationship, someone's English, someone's lifestyle, someone's success, someone's confidence, someone's followers, someone's car, someone's house, someone's travel, someone's happiness. And after watching all this, they look at their own life and feel behind. They think, why am I not like them? Why is my life so slow? Why am I struggling? Why do they have everything? Why am I still here? But listen carefully. You are comparing your full life with someone's selected moments. You are comparing your private struggle with their public highlight. You are comparing your real life with their edited life. That is not fair. You do not know their full story. You do not know their pain. You do not know their sacrifice. You do not know their family problems. You do not know their mental stress. You do not know what they lost. You do not know what they hide. You only see what they show. So why are you using someone's outside image to judge your inside worth? That is unfair to yourself. Let us take an example. Imagine two people are learning English. One person speaks fluently on video. You watch that person and feel bad. You think, my English is poor. I will never speak like that. I am too slow. But maybe that person has been practicing for 5 years. Maybe they made thousands of mistakes before. Maybe their first video was also weak. Maybe they cried too. Maybe they also felt nervous in the beginning. But you are seeing their result, not their process. And because of that, you disrespect your own beginning. This is what comparison does. It makes you hate your starting point because you are looking at someone else's middle or final stage. But every master was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once struggled. Every successful person once started with 0. Every strong person once had weak moments. So do not compare your chapter 1 with someone else's chapter 20. Your journey has its own timing. Your growth has its own rhythm. Your life has its own path. Comparison becomes even more dangerous when it stops action. Some people compare so much that they stop trying. They say, they are already better than me. So what is the point? They are already successful. So why should I start? They speak better English. So why should I speak? This mindset is dangerous because someone else's success should not become your excuse to stay stuck. Someone else's progress should not become your reason to quit. Someone else's talent should not make you hate your own potential. Instead of saying, they are better than me, so I should stop, say, they improved, so maybe I can improve too. Turn comparison into inspiration, not insecurity. If someone is ahead of you, learn from them. Do not hate them. Do not hate yourself. Study their habits. Study their discipline. Study their practice. Study their journey. Ask, what can I learn from this person? Not, why am I not this person? This small change can protect your peace, because healthy comparison teaches you. Unhealthy comparison breaks you. Healthy comparison says, I can learn. Unhealthy comparison says, I am nothing. Healthy comparison gives direction. Unhealthy comparison gives pain. Healthy comparison motivates. Unhealthy comparison destroys confidence. Choose learning, not self-hate. Another important truth is that everyone has different starting points. Some people get support early. Some people get good education early. Some people get confidence early. Some people get money early. Some people get a better environment early. Some people get exposure early. And some people have to build everything slowly. So if your journey is harder, do not insult yourself. Maybe you are not weak. Maybe your path is simply heavier. Maybe you are carrying responsibilities others do not see. Maybe you are fighting battles others do not know. Maybe your progress is slow because you are building from a difficult place. That does not mean you cannot win. It means your growth requires patience. A plant growing in hard soil may take longer, but when its roots become strong, it can stand deeply. In the same way, your struggle can make you stronger if you do not quit. So stop measuring your life with someone else's ruler. Your real competition is not other people. Your real competition is your old self. Ask yourself, am I better than last month? Am I more disciplined than before? Am I learning something new? Am I controlling my reactions better? Am I using my time better? Am I becoming more confident? Am I taking care of my mind and body? Am I moving closer to the life I want? These questions are useful. They bring your focus back to growth. Because when you compete with others, you may feel jealous. But when you compete with your old self, you feel powerful. You start celebrating small progress. Yesterday, you wasted 2 hours scrolling. Today, you studied for 30 minutes. That is progress. Last month, you were afraid to speak English. Today, you recorded your voice for 1 minute. That is progress. Before, you reacted with anger. Today, you stayed calm. That is progress. Before, you said yes to everyone. Today, you protected your energy. That is progress. Before, you compared your life daily. Today, you focused on your own work. That is progress. Small progress may not impress the world, but it changes your life. And that is what matters. One powerful practice is the focus list. Every morning, write 3 things. One thing I will improve today. One thing I will avoid today. One thing I will be grateful for today. For example, I will improve my English speaking. I will avoid useless scrolling. I am grateful for my health. This simple practice brings your attention back to your own life. Because comparison takes your energy outside. Focus brings your energy back inside. And when your energy comes back to you, your life starts improving. Another helpful practice is this. When you see someone successful, do not say, "I am behind." Say, "That is proof that growth is possible." When you see someone speaking well, do not say, "My English is bad." Say, "That person practiced. I can practice too." When you see someone living well, do not say, "My life is useless." Say, "I will build my life step by step." This is how you protect your mindset, because your mind needs training. If you let your mind compare freely, it will create pain. But if you guide your mind, it will create strength. Remember this: comparison steals joy. Comparison steals focus. Comparison steals confidence. Comparison steals gratitude. Comparison steals action. And a life without action becomes regret. So bring your attention back to yourself, your habits, your health, your learning, your discipline, your peace, your goals, your character, your future. You do not need to be ahead of everyone. You need to be honest with your own growth. You do not need to become someone else. You need to become the strongest version of yourself. Focus only on you, because your life will not change by watching other people win. Your life will change when you start working on yourself every single day. Part 5. From extroverted ego to a disciplined life. If you want to focus only on you, you must understand one important thing. Many people do not live from discipline. They live from ego. And many times, this ego is outside focused. It wants attention. It wants praise. It wants validation. It wants people to notice. It wants people to say, "You are amazing. You are successful. You look good. You are better than others." This is called an extroverted ego. It means your sense of value depends too much on the outside world. You feel good when people praise you. You feel bad when people ignore you. You feel powerful when people clap. You feel weak when nobody notices. This is a dangerous way to live, because when your confidence depends on people's reactions, you are not free. Your mood becomes controlled by others. Your discipline becomes controlled by attention. Your happiness becomes controlled by approval. And your life becomes a performance. For example, imagine a person who starts going to the gym. At first, he wants health. He wants strength. He wants discipline. But slowly, he starts caring only about posting pictures. If people like his photo, he feels motivated. If people do not react, he feels discouraged. Now the gym is no longer about growth. It becomes about validation. This is how ego changes a good habit into a performance. Or imagine someone learning English. At first, she wants confidence. She wants better communication. She wants a better future. But when she starts posting English videos, she checks likes again and again. If people praise her, she feels happy. If someone criticizes her, she wants to quit. Now, English is no longer about learning. It becomes about being accepted. This is the trap. When ego controls you, you do things for reaction. When discipline controls you, you do things for growth. Ego asks, "Who is watching me?" Discipline asks, "Am I improving?" Ego asks, "How do I look?" Discipline asks, "What did I practice today?" Ego asks, "Did they praise me?" Discipline asks, "Did I keep my promise to myself?" This is the shift you need, from outside validation to inner discipline. A disciplined life means you do what is necessary, even when nobody claps. You study when nobody sees. You exercise when nobody praises. You practice English when nobody appreciates. You build your skill when nobody supports. You stay consistent when motivation is low. You choose your future over your mood. That is real power. Because motivation comes and goes. Attention comes and goes. People's praise comes and goes. But discipline can carry you even when everything else is missing. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect in action. When you wake up early for your goal, that is self-respect. When you practice even for 10 minutes, that is self-respect. When you avoid useless scrolling, that is self-respect. When you choose silence over argument, that is self-respect. When you protect your time, that is self-respect. When you keep your promise to yourself, that is self-respect. Most people fail because they only work when they feel inspired. But life does not change through feelings. Life changes through repeated action. A disciplined person does not ask every day, "Do I feel like doing it?" A disciplined person asks, "What kind of life am I building?" That question changes everything. Because when you focus only on yourself, you stop performing for people. You start building quietly. You stop needing everyone to understand your journey. You start respecting your own process. You stop chasing temporary attention. You start creating long-term strength. This does not mean you should never share your progress. Sharing can inspire people. But do not let sharing become more important than growing. Do not let applause become more important than discipline. Do not let likes become more important than learning. Do not let image become more important than character. A strong life is built in private. The world may see the result, but they do not see the lonely practice. They do not see the early mornings. They do not see the silent battles. They do not see the days when you wanted to quit but continued. They do not see the mistakes, corrections, and sacrifices. That private work is what builds real confidence. So make your life less about showing and more about becoming. Build a daily routine. Start small. 1 hour of focused learning, 30 minutes of exercise, 10 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of English speaking, 5 minutes of silence. 1 honest review at night. Ask yourself, what did I do today for my growth? What did I do today for my future? What did I do today that my future self will thank me for? These questions bring your focus back. The more disciplined you become, the less you need outside validation. Because you know what you are doing. You know your direction. You know your effort. You know your progress. And that gives quiet confidence, not loud confidence, not fake confidence, not ego confidence, but deep confidence. The kind of confidence that says, I do not need to prove everything. I am working on myself. I am becoming better. My results will speak. This is how you move from extroverted ego to a disciplined life. You stop chasing attention. You start building character. You stop living for reaction. You start living with intention. You stop asking people to believe in you. You start becoming someone you can believe in. And that is life-changing. Part 6. You deserve some respect. Now let us talk about something very important. You deserve some respect, not only from others, from yourself first. Many people want respect from the world, but they disrespect themselves every day. They break their own promises. They ignore their health. They waste their time. They accept bad treatment. They say yes when they want to say no. They stay in places where they feel small. They allow people to insult them again and again. They speak to themselves with hate. Then they wonder why they feel weak inside. Self-respect is not arrogance. Self-respect does not mean you think you are better than everyone. Self-respect means you understand your value. It means you do not throw yourself away for attention, approval, or fear. It means you treat your own life like it matters. Because it does. Your time matters. Your energy matters. Your peace matters. Your body matters. Your mind matters. Your dreams matter. Your future matters. When you focus only on you, you begin to ask, is this good for my growth? Is this relationship healthy for me? Is this habit helping me or destroying me? Is this decision taking me closer to peace or away from it? Am I respecting myself with this choice? These questions are powerful because your life is shaped by what you allow. If you allow disrespect, it becomes normal. If you allow laziness, it becomes normal. If you allow comparison, it becomes normal. If you allow people to control your emotions, it becomes normal. But when you raise your standard, your life starts changing. For example, if someone always talks to you badly, self-respect says, I do not need to fight, but I need boundaries. If your friends only waste your time, self-respect says, I can love people, but I must protect my future. If social media makes you feel insecure every day, self-respect says, I need to reduce what damages my peace. If you keep delaying your goals, self-respect says, I must stop betraying myself. That word is important. Betraying yourself. Every time you ignore your own growth, you betray yourself. Every time you choose comfort over your future, you betray yourself. Every time you stay silent when your soul wants change, you betray yourself. Every time you allow fear to decide your life, you betray yourself. And after betraying yourself again and again, confidence becomes weak. But when you start keeping promises to yourself, confidence returns. If you say, I will study for 30 minutes, and you do it, your self-respect grows. If you say, I will practice English today, and you do it, your self-respect grows. If you say, I will stop comparing, and you try, your self-respect grows. If you say, I will protect my peace, and you create boundaries, your self-respect grows. Confidence is not built only by motivation. Confidence is built by self-trust. And self-trust is built by keeping small promises. This is why self-respect is practical. It is not only a nice feeling, it is a daily behavior. Self-respect is choosing better food because your body matters. Self-respect is sleeping on time because your mind matters. Self-respect is learning a skill because your future matters. Self-respect is walking away from drama because your peace matters. Self-respect is speaking kindly to yourself because your heart matters. Self-respect is starting again after failure because your growth matters. So focus only on you, not with arrogance, but with awareness, not with selfishness, but with self-respect, not to prove people wrong, but to become right with yourself. Because when you finally stop living for everyone's approval, you begin to live your own life. And that is where real freedom begins.